Before Lego became a symbol of creativity, it almost disappeared. Not because people stopped loving it, but because the company forgot what it was building. This is not a story about success. It is a story about almost losing everything and choosing to begin again. Lego began in a small town in Denmark called Billund. In the early 1930s, a carpenter named Ole Kirk Christensen ran a tiny workshop. He made simple wooden things, furniture, ladders, everyday objects. Times were hard. The Great Depression had reached Denmark. Money was short, orders were few. To survive, Ole began making wooden toys, cars, animals, small figures for children. He believed something simple but strong, that even in difficult times, children deserve joy, and that toys should be well made. He named his company Lego, from two Danish words meaning play well. It was not a big dream, just a quiet promise to do honest work even when life was unstable. The work was slow, the income was small. Then in 1942, disaster came. A fire destroyed the workshop. Years of work disappeared in one night. The building, the tools, the toys. Ole stood in front of the ruins and made a choice. He decided to rebuild. He borrowed money. He started again. Years later, another fire destroyed the wooden toy factory in 1960. This time, Lego stopped making wooden toys completely. Each time, the company could have ended. Each time, it chose to continue. Not because it was easy, but because stopping felt worse. After World War II, Lego began working with plastic. This was a risk. Plastic toys were new, expensive, unfamiliar. In 1958, Lego introduced the modern brick with a locking system. It was simple, it was clever, and it worked. For many years, the idea stayed clear. One system, endless creativity. But as Lego grew, something slowly changed. Success brought confidence. Confidence brought expansion. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Lego tried to become everything at once. Not just bricks, theme parks, clothes, video games. Creativity was still there, but clarity was gone. The company was busy, but it was no longer sure why. By the early 2000s, Lego was in serious trouble. Costs were rising fast. Sales were falling. The company was losing money every year. Inside Lego, fear appeared quietly. For the first time, people asked a question they had never asked before. Could this end? There was no single disaster, no one big mistake, just many small decisions over time. Too many products, too many directions, too little focus. Lego was busy, but it no longer knew what it was building. For a company created to help children imagine, this moment was painful and unavoidable. There was no miracle, no fast success story. Lego survived by doing something difficult. It stopped and looked at itself honestly. The company closed projects, sold parts of the business, reduced what it produced. Not because creativity was gone, but because creativity needed limits. Lego asked one simple question: what is Lego really? The answer was clear. The brick, one system, endless combinations. Slowly, Lego rebuilt, piece by piece, and today the result is visible. Lego products are sold in more than 130 countries. The company is one of the largest toy makers in the world. Millions of sets are sold every year. Lego stores and Lego worlds exist across Europe, the United States, Asia, and beyond. But the most important thing did not change. A child can still open a box, take one brick, and begin. That is how Lego survived, not by chasing everything, but by choosing one thing. Today, Lego is part of childhood all over the world. Different countries, different languages, the same small bricks. It began as a simple idea, and it survived because it never forgot what it was. Not by trying to become everything, but by choosing one thing and doing it well. A child opens a box, takes one brick, and begins. Some stories do not end. They continue, piece by piece,